shit. Why are you doing that? Give me five. Oh, right then. Oh man. 2 seconds. Let's get this going. Right, guys, welcome along. I will always mute the weirdo. I haven't done a wrestling stream for a while. I've been stuck playing other games. Recently picked up Football Manager. Recently picked up back with No Man's Sky. 2 Point Hospital. Many of you who've been watching my channel for a while will know that 2 Point Hospital was a massive game for me. Really love that game. Still playing it, but very sporadically at the moment. Hi Ben, good to see you. This is not a bad question to start us off. I prefer Bianca, but I only prefer Bianca because I feel like Shayna was given everything, given the spotlight too much, and made out to be dominant. Like Samoa Joe should have been better in WWE, and for me, I feel like Shayna Baszler was how they should have booked Samoa Joe, like dominant, and that they didn't do it with Samoa Joe. So why would they do it with Shayna? She's not really. She's only there because Ronda Rousey's friends with Stephanie McMahon, and they're really tight, and she has grown on me a lot. She's definitely capable now. But they've dropped her like a sack of spuds, so what were the point in that? They've pushed her and pushed her and pushed her, then dragged her up to main roster only to have her do nothing. She feels a bit like of a forgotten guy. Maybe she should join up with the Forgotten Sons because they're getting a bad rap as well. But anyway, so on NXT, as you will see, I have lots of custom guys in here. There's a mixture of AEW, NXT, NXT UK. There might be some other stuff in there. What I was originally wanting to start off with the universe side of this stream is to get some of the guys that you purchase in the store into my universe, but unfortunately I'm halfway through NXT, so I'm not really sure if I'm definitely not gonna play the main event. I'm not really a fan of playing all the matches, but have I? Oh, I might actually. No, I'm not. So let's get Shayna and Bianca on the go. But yeah, basically, what I usually do is, if there's somebody in my chat, we'll go back and forth. I share some of my opinions or my thoughts on what's going on in the wrestling world. I'll you know, if you've got anything you want to cover, obviously welcome the chat. I'm just going to turn it down in my ears because I don't want to be shouting. But
somebody's about to get punched in the teeth.
And also when so for me, the thing with Shayna Baszler and Bianca is an athlete and an indie wrestler that came to WWE, she's got the ability already. She wasn't green. She was green to WWE's style, but she wasn't green to wrestling. Shayna was green to wrestling. Her only wrestling experience was in MMA, and it wasn't. To me, MMA is not wrestling, and they need to really change things up when they come here. But she's not really had to change it that much because of Triple H pushing her as an MMA like specialist, mixed martial arts, all that shit. I think her run made her more popular, but it was because they weren't pushing anybody else, so nobody had a choice. You either like what she is or you turn off from the product. But I'm a massive fan of Bianca. She's different. She's an athlete. She's definitely worth that top spot. And where the hell is she? If you look at real wrestling at the minute, where the hell is she? What's happened? Like, is she taking time out, or do they not have anything for her, or could they not put her in? You know, I just feel like maybe having her in some matches would be really good.
Poised and ready to compete tonight. And then you have the imposing Shayna Baszler, a fighter through and through, focused, precise, and determined to reach her goals for herself, not for the WWE Universe.
And that determination has worked out well for her so far.
Yeah, it has. More superstars could learn a thing or two from Baszler about how to approach things in this business. Oklahoma Slam.
Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, and I don't like how they've changed, just while we're on the subject of the game, just briefly, don't like how they've changed it to triangle for reverse. I like how it's one button, but triangle feels like a button I should be using for a main move or something, not a reversal. Anyway, Kyle O'Reilly, yeah, I did wonder what the hell was going on with that. I didn't understand why they made a big thing about him needing to be self-isolated and stuff, and then they've brought him back, and it's not calmed down. I personally think they need to be really careful because they are looking really bad in this situation, and if you haven't seen the first weeks of Fyter Fest and the Great American Bash, the first night, let me know, Ben, because there's a couple of things that I would probably draw on there and talk about. If you haven't, then I'll try and stay away from that for the time being. But for me, WWE needs to stop messing around with that stuff. I was quite pleased with seeing him back in a segment, but I was like, hang on a minute, he's obviously a vulnerable person. Why is it? But I mean, I don't know whether Vince has forced Triple H or Vince has forced him, or
both groups actually met face to face at the Mae Young Classic. Ronda Rousey, Jessamyn Duke, and Marina Shafir were there to root on Shayna Baszler, and they met with WWE's group. Rousey told them, quote, "You name the time, you name the place."
The Queen of Spades is lighting her up. Oh my God. Oh, and a backbreaker. Right to the
I'm really not selling anything she's doing, am I? Ace.
Attack to the midsection.
Scoop slam. She's showing signs of slowing now.
She's not rising to the occasion right now. Got the head scissors applied. Oh man, that's just nasty.
But yeah, so I don't know really. I think like it could have been worse, definitely, but we'll see what happens.
And Shayna Baszler tries the early cover. And Bianca Belair with a quick kick out.
I knew she could do it.
She's got to remember to get back in the ring before the referee's 10 count. 2, 3. sends a rush of blood to the head.
Oh.
Wrench in the arm. Not done yet. Into the arm breaker.
Oh, please.
Hammerlock.
Get me up.
Around the world on the WWE Network, WWE fans are glued to their sets watching this match. Look out. Oklahoma slam.
Oh.
And setting him up for a knee to the face. That's going to hurt.
Double underhook applied. Up and...
Yeah, I don't really have one kind of character that is Dexter Lumis looking like as
setting him up for the...
veteran similarities.
Boom, what impact.
I'm not sure what you're getting at there, but if I will comment on Dexter Lumis. Dexter Lumis is, by and large, for me,
perhaps thinking about what to do next here. Oh, right to the throat. She's going for the cover. Well, she's got
not one of the best characters on the roster, but he's unique, and I think they're trying to have him be a little bit like The Undertaker, but not at the same time, and I think it works for him, but I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like it, particularly like Jim Cornette doesn't like it.
Well measured. Punch him in the chest.
Oh, that frustrates me. I don't know if you heard Michael Cole there, but he just said he instead of she. That's just like really annoying.
Competitors have been going deep into their arsenal all match, but have not found a way to end it at all. Swings in momentum, every push has been cut off. Situations like this usually don't end very pleasantly. Oklahoma slam.
Trying to think.
Top, high risk.
Let's have a look. See what we could do here.
You see that height? No, another kick out. How in the world? Unreal. Dropped right on their face.
1, 2. Oh, it worked. Oh, dude. For me, the pictures that he does, and he's trying.
Going toe to toe.
Ah, right. Cool. Well, yeah, having contactless is really good. I mean, I don't like the idea of contactless, but it's proven to be really useful now. Yeah, I'm working from home, and you know, this is something that I like to do. We'll get on and we'll be more of a chat.
Here is your winner, Bianca Belair.
She really took control of this match toward the end.
Hey, she was the better woman of the two tonight.
Right, so let's crack on. But I'm not, like I said, I really do like the idea that they're doing with Dexter Lumis, but I feel like they need to give him some momentum or a decent feud, or I don't know, something. He needs to do something more than what he's doing. He's not quite there. So as you can see, we got Pentagon Jr. from AEW and going up against Johnny Gargano. Now, as I'm a bit of a Johnny Gargano fan, I'm gonna get in and be Johnny Gargano on this one. But it's not to say I'm not a Pentagon Jr. fan, but I've not seen enough of him yet to build up a personal, like, you know, ooh, this guy's really good and I want him to win all the time.
Representing the Lucha Dragons from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, weighing in at 221 pounds, the Luchador.
Here we go. This is the match a lot of these people came to see tonight, and with good reason.
So one thing I will say has been I've watched the first night of Fyter Fest, and I've watched the first night of NXT's Great American Bash, and I've also listened to Jim Cornette's review of the pair of those shows. So if you're just tuning in and you haven't heard about those two reviews, those two shows, you don't know the results, you know you want to watch them before you hear anything about them. I'm probably going to talk about them, but if you let me know in the comments that you haven't seen them but you want to stick around, then I don't mind holding my thoughts for the time being. But I do want to maybe touch upon those at some point. One thing that I'll touch upon before that, and just in case anybody does want to say that they don't want to talk about the pay-per-views, the NXT and AEW shows that have been going on recently, this latest week. One thing that I want to cover is I want to cover Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae a little bit. It does tie in with the AEW, the NXT Great American Bash, but I can avoid what went on there for the time being. But I feel like Johnny Gargano is great as a face. I think he can be great as a heel, but I think his run as a heel is weak in NXT because they're not willing to push him as a heel. They're just letting him mull around. On top of that, yeah, it's no worse than previous WWE games. It's kind of just like it's not great, but it's not horrendous. It's just okay. It's not. I wouldn't pay full price for it. Strikes from the outside. So Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae to me are heels, and they need to be pushed as such. They need to be given a bit of a push at least. And I know they're getting a decent feud with Mia Yim and Keith Lee, or they were. I don't know if that's going to continue. Like I said, I'm not sure what's going to happen with Johnny Gargano now. I think he's moving on, but Candice LeRae probably not. For me, I feel like it'd be really good to get more of Candice LeRae needing to win the title somewhat, and because if she's just mulling around in the mid card and she's not really being pushed and she's not really given that opportunity to shine, then her whole image and her whole I'm going to take over the women's division and I'm a badass and it goes, this is how it goes, it just feels a bit weak from my point of view.
What a splash. He's looking a little off balance. He had to be
the first night happened on Wednesday.
Caught him right in the jaw. What a shot.
The first night was on Wednesday. So if you haven't seen it, I will. Like, it sounds like you haven't seen it, so I'll avoid talking about it for a while. Oh wait.
Oh my God!
But yeah, it's just one of them things for me. I've watched them both because I'm not really invested in AEW as much as I am in NXT, as many people will like attest to. But I'm not averse to AEW's product. I just aren't invested in it yet. I feel like
Gargano dodged that one. Elbow right to the back of the neck. Oof.
I feel like the one thing that I like about AEW is there's a lot of good talent on there, and particularly MJF, FTR now, and SCU. I personally think I'm getting a bit fed up of Johnny and his tarantula.
The guillotine. Incoming. Neck breaker. Ouch. Big reversal.
I'm trying to think. I think that if AEW is gonna be a serious contender to WWE, even in any form, they need to get more fans interested in the product.
And Gargano showing such creativity.
And I'm not convinced that they can do that with the talent that they've got at the moment. And that is at the moment. I think they could. Me and my friend have been talking about this.
Setting him up for the flatliner. Man, face first.
Been talking about it, and we feel that they could. Well, he feels, and I kind of agree now that I've heard him say it, and like I've thought about it. Is like the AEW audience could be a new audience, and that's how they could win more, put pressure on WWE. But it's interesting to see how it develops.
Well scouted reversal there. His opponent is just overwhelming him here. Yeah, he's being torn apart in there. Wow, I can't believe he had the energy to kick out of that. Not a whole lot of luster behind that.
I'm a massive fan of some of the guys on AEW, so I like to keep tabs on them, but it's not always. I don't always feel like I'm invested in it, so that's probably why I watch a lot more NXT.
Nice. Just when you thought it was over. Wow. Gets out of there in a hurry. Back inside the ring. Wow. That won't separate your shoulder. That'll divorce it.
Whee.
Senton connects. Elbow drop.
I'm just trying to think of what I can do next in this match to give the crowd something to cheer about, but
gets that setting up again.
Whoa, what's he doing here?
Nelson driver. One of the best to ever do that move. It'll be hard for Gargano to come back now. It'll take a lot more than that to keep him down. Gargano dodged that one. Looking stunned here, guys. Oh, what a back elbow. Wow, belly.
All right, let's see what we can do.
Got the head scissors on. Sharp elbow.
See what we can do. Work his arms.
Hammerlock. Uh-oh.
We say, obviously, it's not happened yet, so we won't spoil it by talking about it, but I thought, well, let's talk about it. there is coming up on Wednesday night. There is the NXT winner takes all. Keith Lee versus Adam Cole, and I've had a conversation with the same friend about that, and I definitely think it's a divisive match, and also a big match for both these guys, and it's interesting to see what they do with it. Personally, I'm a massive fan of Keith Lee, and I feel like Adam Cole's had the title long enough. But I can't see Adam Cole losing.
Down on the neck with reckless abandon. Gargano dodged that one.
I think it'd be interesting if Adam Cole wins to see what they do with him at that point. And my friend did mention, well, if he has to defend both titles at the pay-per-view, I'm down with him winning both titles. Same with Keith Lee. And I thought, you know what, if they defend both titles separately, that'd be fine.
Gargano showing such creativity.
But if they only have to defend one at the pay-per-view, and yeah, we're both a bit cheesed off.
Look at this. Oh, goodness. Jam your leg in a bad way. Stop pulling leg snap. That's going to hurt your hamstring. Full Nelson applied. When you're in an atmosphere like this,
what's that?
You can't hear yourself think because the crowd's so loud. You find a way to do superhuman things.
Oh, didn't expect to win then either. This is the one thing I think should be changed. Like, I could have kicked out then. I could have just made him kick out, but I feel like we've gone on long enough with that match.
Absolutely right.
But yeah, so Keith Lee would be who I'd want to win, but I don't really want Keith Lee to have both titles. Adam Cole, if he wins, as long as he defends both titles, I'll be reasonably happy. Hopefully he will lose one. Either way, it kind of feels a bit moot point. I think him winning the North American title, so he's got both titles, and then defending both, he probably, if he loses one, he's probably going to be the main one. So then that puts him, so he's got the North American title. It's like, kind of puts him in a, both him and Keith Lee feel like the John Cena's of the North American title, no matter whether they win or no matter which one of them wins the match. Both of them could easily hold the North American title as a as a John Cena-esque sort of standard bearer. You have to go through me to be worthy to fight for the NXT title, and maybe the first challenger for Cole for the NXT title could be Karrion Kross. He loses to Karrion Kross, putting Karrion Kross at that level because he's a bigger guy. But I don't particularly like Karrion Kross that much yet, so I don't really want to see that being the way they go. But for me, if Adam Cole wins both belts, that would be, it's either him versus Karrion Kross that is the big, ooh, this is what's going to happen here, or it's him versus Dexter Lumis, with Dexter Lumis maybe beating him for the North American title because of the mystery, the mystique of Dexter Lumis, and maybe some interference that basically, maybe they could even have a stipulation where Dexter Lumis is like not getting a good deal with this, so because the Undisputed Era keep interfering. So basically, William Regal says no interference. If there is interference, it will be a DQ, and Dexter Lumis will be the new North American champion. Something like that. If Keith Lee wins it, Keith Lee versus Karrion Kross, I can see that being really good. I'm not really a massive fan of Karrion Kross, so I'm really struggling with like that, but he seems like the next guy that's going to step up. I don't really know, apart from Finn Balor, who would be challenging for the NXT title. Feels like it's Finn Balor's time. Maybe Damian Priest challenging for the North American title again. Maybe that's why they want to get Keith. Maybe that's why they want Adam Cole. Maybe they're going with Damian Priest. Maybe they're going to go with Cameron Grimes. I don't know. There's a few guys coming up, and I kind of don't want. That's my main gripe with the winner takes all match. Is for me, Cameron Grimes, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, Karrion Kross. They're all there. Dexter Lumis, Velveteen Dream, even though maybe is taken out of the picture for the time being because of all the controversy. I feel like there's too much talent on that roster to have two guys fighting over both of the singles titles, and one of them's going to end up with both. But equally, I really like the idea of winner takes all. I just think that there's quite a lot of talent on the roster, and it kind of, hopefully, they do it right. I could see it being a no contest. I could see them having the Undisputed Era interfering because Adam Cole looks like he's going to lose, or even Karrion Kross coming out and decimating both of them because Keith Lee's ruffled his feathers by. I mean, he might not know that it's Keith Lee, but I'm pretty sure it was Keith Lee that stood on the smash the time turner thing and the hourglass. So I've got a massive Harry Potter fan, so that's that. But I don't really want to play this match. Right. So I'm just going to load it up and then I'm going to quit and simulate it. But yeah,
Time to party with the
I don't know. I think Cameron Grimes, Damian Priest are obviously entering into a bit of a feud. That's obviously going to come to the head for the next pay-per-view, if not a surprise on next week's American Bash. Cameron Grimes for me, mainly through listening to Jim Cornette talk about how he carries himself and kind of explained it a bit more to me. I didn't really feel it. He just felt like an annoying person to me. He was just really annoying and I didn't really like him. But I kind of see where they're going with him and I kind of like it, and he's different and it's good for me now. So I'm hoping that they'll do something decent with him. I think his match with Finn Balor was Finn Balor giving him the nod as if to say, this guy has got something, this guy could be something. The same with like Thick Boy, the Bronson Reed. I think he is someone who could be made into something. I don't think he's a guy who would go very far. Like he wouldn't. I don't think he'd get promoted to the main roster or side promoted, or however you want to call it. I don't think he'd get put on the main roster shows, but he's definitely got the ability, if they can push him and build him up, to go somewhere. I feel like he was fed to Karrion Kross, which I didn't really like, but other than that, I think I've enjoyed what he's been doing recently. Let me skip through some of this. I'm trying to think what else is going on. So,
all right, it's time to get this match going.
part of the lawless outfit known as the Undisputed Era, O'Reilly is set to wreak havoc.
Yeah, sometimes you need to go outside the bounds of the rule to make noise.
It was the one where he's
O'Reilly knows
reviewing.
After what we've seen so far,
He's done it before.
you cannot question the lengths these superstars are willing to go.
But
the limits of physical
he was doing it on. Yeah, he was doing it on the review that he did of the Great American Bash versus Fyter Fest, and he was doing it. So look, this is a feature in the new universe mode, just like side segue, whatever. Just cover this, so I can pick who wins. Which is great, because it means when you're simulating, you can still kind of direct it the way you want to direct it. But yeah, it's the review that he was doing of NXT and AEW from this week just gone, and personally, I think he's definitely got potential. He's very different. He's hairy. He's like a country boy. He's got the, I'm not a massive fan myself, but I see where Cornette is getting the positive vibes for him, and he could be a major player as a heel with the gimmick he's got going. So we're going to go to the next show, and we are going to simulate the next show, but I will look at what the matches are. So we got Jack Gallagher against Sin Cara. Obviously, seeing as he's popped up, let's briefly discuss that. Whatever's gone on with Jack Gallagher, God, man, what a dick. Why would you... Whatever he's done, I don't know what he's done because it's not been discussed online. If you do know, and you're watching this either on replay, or if you know, or like anybody else who's in and out of the chat at this point, I don't know what he's done. I know based on what my friend told me about the policies that he's been charged with something. So it's come to light now, and he's basically been sacked by the WWE. I'm not going to start pulling people out of my universe because they've been sacked recently. I don't think that's what it's all about. I'm not here to do that. I don't condone whatever he's done. He's stupid. He's obviously done something. So, I don't condone what he's done, but as a wrestler, I always liked his style, and one of my, well, in fact, probably the only feud I remember and loved from 205 Live was Jack Gallagher versus Arya Daivari. It was just brilliant. I highly recommend, if you could get a playlist up of that feud, it would be really worth watching. Obviously, you're not going to be able to now, but you might be able to on YouTube. I don't know if he's apologised. I think every wrestler who's been and done something wrong, if they apologise, that's great. But it's kind of like, let's touch upon this, because the abuse that's been going down and the speaking out movement is a massive topic in wrestling at the minute. And I think the best way I can sort of draw parallels and sort of try and explain, and from my point of view how I see it, is Sammy Guevara. So Sammy Guevara said something really harsh, something that some comments have said that it's a saying that people would use when they were young, and they were, I likened it when I was speaking to my friend. I says, well, it's the kind of thing I would expect certain chavvy types who have no respect, who they might say something like what Sammy said to Sasha Banks in passing, not thinking much of it, just using the wrong words to basically acknowledge that a woman who they were attracted to was on another level of attraction. They were really like top brass, amazing. You know, wow! I really want to go there, if you will. But using totally inappropriate, unnecessary language that basically is awful to hear when you think about it. But in that moment, he was young, stupid, and he made a mistake, and he said the wrong thing. And looking back, 4 years ago it was, he realizes now how bloody dumb and how stupid it was to say it. And he's had the conversation with Sasha Banks. They've spoke about it. They've gone back and forth. She's obviously accepted that apology. She's not got an issue with him anymore. She's happy that he's going on sensitivity training, which is what AEW have asked him to do. He's been suspended, and his pay for that suspension is going to a charity for women. I can't remember the exact details. Again, Jim Cornette talked about it on his podcast. I don't condone what he did, I don't condone what he said, but I'm not about to stop being a fan of his work because of something that he did 4 years ago. So I don't know what's happened with Jack Gallagher. If it happened 4 or 5 years ago and it's been brought up now, unless it's like something that he's not learnt from or that he's not willing to change from, I'm likely to still appreciate what work he's done in the past. I'm not likely to want to praise the guy as a person. I try and separate the person themselves from the wrestler, because to me it's entertainment and it's wrestling, and that's what's important about it. Some people back in the day were complete dickheads, but they were still amazing wrestlers, and people didn't care. And I think there is an element now of respect that needs to be brought into the business, and I'm hoping that's what happens as a result of this speaking out movement. But personally, like, I'm not going to take wrestlers out of my save because they've been charged. But I'm not gonna be singing their praises either. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Jack Gallagher was an amazing wrestler and he was blah blah blah, and I don't care why I don't understand why WWE sacked him. I totally understand. I get it. It makes sense. And there's a small part of me that thinks a lot of the sackings and suspensions that are coming up are not really coming up because the company actually cares that that's what's gone down. They're happening because they're worried their reputation will suffer as a company because of what's gone down. And that's not really what this is about. It shouldn't be about the reputation of the WWE. It should be about the respect of the business and the respect of every performer that comes through them doors, every woman that wants to train, every man that wants to train to become a wrestler, every young potential superstar that's watched the business, you're in the public eye. You need to be a bit more respectful, and I'm glad that there is action being taken, but it brings up questions as well. I've had conversations recently about Chris Benoit and what happened with him. It's definitely something that's worth looking into. So let's leave it there. But by all means, if you want to sound off or you have anything to add, drop it in the comments. Let me know. I'm happy to have those conversations with people. I'm not in the business myself. I just watch it, and I separate the characters from the people. But if someone's being a twat, I'm not going to be going around pushing their product. I'm just going to say I'm not going to remove them from my game because it gives me more characters to play with. And I started this before speaking out, so I'm not about to go and piss about with it. So Apollo Cruz versus Kushida, great matchup. Drew Gulak is going to call somebody out. I think he's in a rivalry with someone, but I'm not sure. Jungle Boy. So yeah, so another AEW guy that I've put in my save is Jungle Boy. I can't remember what roster I've put him on. He might be on NXT, he might be on SmackDown, but he's definitely on 205 Live. So he's teaming up with Cedric Alexander against Lucha House Party's Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik. Again, watch Great American Bash, see what's going on with the Cruiserweight Champion, and it's getting interesting. I'm really liking that storyline. I won't tell you what happened. Definitely worth it. If you haven't watched the Great American Bash, you haven't watched AEW Fyter Fest, definitely recommend watching them both. They're both good. Cornette didn't think they were good, but I enjoyed watching them both. So you know, I'm not saying they were the most amazing shows, but there was good bits. I think one thing that WWE are trying to do with NXT is be a little bit. They felt like they were more sort of. They felt like they were more like TV shows with a pay-per-view feel about them, but not necessarily a pay-per-view quality. But they were kind of like they just had. It's like they did they just had like a pay-per-view sort of like stuff, like a pay-per-view set and layout, but there was promos and stuff thrown in that made it feel less like a pay-per-view for me. Anyway, so let's simulate all the matches on this. It won't give me the option, I don't think, to select who I want to win if I do all of them in one go, which is something that I don't understand why. Like, I can't simulate one at a time, but we'll get this going. So there we go, Jungle Boy pinning Lince Dorado in the main event. So we got Gentleman Jack Gallagher, Sin Cara winning. Maybe the game knows. Apollo Cruz beats Kushida again. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but I would really love to see Kishida versus Apollo Cruz. I think the idea, I don't know what's happening on the main roster, so if I'm a little bit behind and something's happened, please sound off in the comments and let me know. But as far as I know, Apollo's still the champ, and I think if he does like open challenges, I think Kushida would be a great opponent for him. I'd love to see them face off for that title. I wouldn't expect Kushida to win. I don't think that's something that I'd want to happen. But I think it'd be quite cool to have that option. So Humberto Carrillo is who Drew Gulak was gonna call out. And then obviously the main event. Let's go to, which is NXT TakeOver UK in Blackpool. Oh my god. Now that is a match I would love to see. So we have our first real full-on fantasy matchup. In this, I feel like Johnny Gargano would have to be the face because MJF is such a great heel. It would just make no sense. It would make no sense. So that's our opening match for this pay-per-view. I might actually stop the stream and create a new one purely for this. So I might go off and do some. We might carry on streaming actually, and I might save the universe mode for this point and go in and just do some random matches while I'm waiting. Build up some store points and stuff. Then we've got Trent Seven and Tyler Bate versus Fabian Aichner and Marcel Bartel. The game hopefully knows that and has put this match together for that reason. A great matchup. You got Alexander Wolf lurking in the background there. He's going to be managing them. No Pete Dunne though, unfortunately. You got Roderick Strong versus Velveteen Dream for the North American Championship. Great match. And obviously what I expected, one of the titles at least. We got Walter against Ilya Dragunov for the United Kingdom Championship. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Ilya Dragunov, if you haven't seen him wrestle, is fire. He is just like a really fired up little sprite, in my opinion. He's got a lot of energy and he's very charismatic. He's a different kind of charisma. He's got a lot going on. I'd love to see him wrestle some different people, like away from NXT UK. Maybe have him come to NXT for a couple of matches when the coronavirus travel restrictions are lifted. That should be really good. Anybody got any opinions on either Ilya Dragunov or Walter? Get them in the comments below. I will say Walter and Ilya Dragunov are two guys that, well, Walter, I'm not a massive fan. He just, to me, I liked his presence, but I didn't really like him, and I didn't really like him the way that he came in and he was just like boom, bulldozed everybody. I think he could have done that and it made sense, but I feel like it was a bit sort of like there's loads of talent that have been there for a while and you've just kind of shat on all of their bonfires by bringing in this well-known European wrestler just to squash them all, and he's not really someone who you can easily have him beaten. He had some really good matches against Tyler. I think he had a good match against Tyler Bate, but apart from Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, I don't think anybody's really had a good match with him from my point of view, but I might have missed him because I've kind of fell out of love with NXT UK. I'd love if I got the opportunity to go and see it live, I would be there. I would love it. It's a little bit harder for me to do that because I don't want to go on my own, and my friend who would probably go with me hasn't been in touch and hasn't got really the funds to do it at the moment, so I'm not sure whether it'll be an option, but hopefully maybe next year it could be an option. Maybe they'll resume tapings this year, but either way, I'm massively a fan of Ilya Dragunov from what I've seen. He's had some good matches, one with Finn Balor that I really enjoyed, but Walter, I believe, will leave and if NXT UK were to fall due to the speaking out movement and WWE cutting their losses with that. But so we got a UK title match on the card. Then we got the women's NXT title, Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler. Bit of a random matchup, I feel like, with Bianca Belair pinning Shayna. Maybe they'd have changed that, but maybe Mia Yim was already at the top of the list. Massive fan of Mia Yim. Was so pleased to see her get the nod again, get the push to face Charlotte early on. A bit frustrated in the way Charlotte seemed to be disrespecting her in one hand and then bigging her up in the other. I was a bit sort of like, just pick one, just like, because to me, Mia Yim is a lot better in the ring than she's portrayed as. And but here we go. So we got Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler, and then the NXT Championship, and it's not the main event, which is really annoying. I think I'm gonna have to tweak some of the. I don't know whether it might be big. We'll see what the last two matches are before I judge that. But one of them is probably going to be the tag titles, which I really don't like. The fact that that's in the main event. If it probably will be because it's been the main event recently. Tommaso Ciampa, Adam Cole, love both of these guys. Not a massive fan of Adam Cole due to the Undisputed Era, but I think he's got a lot of potential. Definitely being touted as being the next Shawn Michaels kind of guy. I reckon if he loses his title and at Great American Bash, I think he's getting called up to fill a void. Me and my friend were talking about this, and I think he could get called up because Seth Rollins is likely to be taking time off soon, and we think he'll be Intercontinental champion or United States champion within the first year of him being up, possibly a lot less. I personally don't see the point in putting one of those titles on him, because he's been holding this brand for so long. I think he could challenge higher up, mainly because of who the titles are with at the moment. I don't feel like there's a massive difference in quality, maybe just experience. So, let's see what was apparently bigger. I think the only reason this is lower on the card is because it's not a full rivalry yet. Oh, so we've got the women's tag team match, not for the titles. A weird Peyton Royce and Sonya Deville and Alexa Bliss versus Nikki Cross. I think there's a bit of a mess up here. I think these guys shouldn't be on this card, but we'll let it slide. Again, not booked well. A title match, not really a fan of having two tag team matches higher than the NXT match. I think it definitely should have been the NXT title match in the main event, just like then move everything down one, or if we look, maybe having the women's NXT title match after that match, then the men's tag team match, then the men's main event. But each to their own. The game likes to book its own way. I'm not going to change the booking because there's always a reason why these matches are put on the card that progresses the universe mode story. Don't mind me. Right. So as I said, I'm not sure I want to play around with the pay-per-view just yet. As I said, for me, this match as the opening match, the only reason that's the opening match is because MJF hasn't really been on NXT much. But that is just brilliant. Like, what a great match that is, especially if Johnny Gargano is the face. I'm not sure. Is he the face? Let's have a look. There he is. Yeah, so Johnny Gargano is the face, so that makes perfect sense. So, let's have a look at the power rankings as well while we're here. So we got Bobby Fish, Montez Ford, Fabian Eichner, Kyle O'Reilly, Shayna Baszler, Angelo Dawkins, Tyler Breeze, Adam Cole's moving up, Walter, Keith Lee, Alexander Wolf moving up. Got Tommaso Ciampa, Ariya Daivari, yeah, just incredible. I added him as well. So yeah, this is something that I'd want to play more or less every match on. I probably wouldn't play. I probably wouldn't play Ilya Dragunov versus Walter. And I probably wouldn't play that match. Or that match. But everything else I would play. So what I'm thinking of doing is I come out of the universe mode. I'll just show you. Oh no, let's not. So with my universe, I have things set up. And what I wanted to do was, I know I've just added in Christian, so I'm going to add Christian to a show, hopefully. But I just want to check where Edge is. Edge is mainly on Raw. So let's put Christian on Raw. Hey Jamie, how's it going? How are you feeling about the wrestling world at the minute? What I tend to do, if you've been here for a while, hovering in and out, I just have a bit of a chat about the wrestling world, both in game and out of the game. But yeah, great to see you. Feel free to stick around. At the moment, I'm just going and bringing in some new superstars that I've purchased in the in-game store, just to bulk out the roster. I don't really need to bulk out the roster. There's massive amounts of superstars that I've downloaded and put in the game. But I'm trying to think who else I added, who else I bought. But there's old, new. Basically, I call the universe FWWE because it's Fantasy World Wrestling Entertainment Universe. I am open. If there's guys that you feel need to be in it, give me a shout and we'll get them stuck in it. It's very random when I stream this. Sometimes I get the urge and I do want, especially if I'm not gaming with friends. It's a nice little thing for me to do on my own. Let's have a look, see. Oh, I've got Hurricane in. I'm trying to think who I... Oh, I think it was Big Boss Man. Did I not? Okay. Apparently it wasn't Big Boss Man. So apologies, it's a little bit boring in the background at the minute, but if you've got anything to say about wrestling at the minute, I have watched the first week of Fyter Fest and Great American Bash. Ah, well, yeah, no, I'm a bit random. I'm not. I'm just here. I quite like doing my wrestling videos. I've been doing them for a long time, but it's in fits and starts. I'm not just tied down to a schedule at the minute. Kevin, I like doing I like universe mode. I don't generally play online. Right, let's go. I can't seem to find who I picked, who I downloaded. I think we might be getting close though to. I don't want. I'm not going to put Ric Flair in there. Road Dogg, The Rock. I'm not going to add Shane McMahon in. And one thing, I don't know whether I've missed something, and I'm pretty sure that there's an injury involved in this, but the Mighty, a tag team I never really felt got the right push. They were really good, and it just kind of fell flat on its face. I'm not sure if I've got Jon Moxley. I think I avoided picking him up for the time being, but he's definitely someone who I'm going to put in. I'm going to go with Atma. I have just been playing the universe a little bit before you came on, but what I've come to is I've come to the NXT UK pay-per-view, and I'm going to be playing a few of those matches. So I'm just coming in and doing a bit of this, just making sure I've got everybody in that I've added. But at the minute it's kind of hard to find out who they are. Triple H, no, I don't want Triple H. Right, so maybe I haven't. Didn't Batista's in yet? I've got 2 Cameron Grimes because I didn't realise I'd already downloaded him. I'm a little bit like confused as to who the guy is that I've added that's not coming up, and I'm just now looking at the brand, what brand they're on, and hoping that I'll get a blank one and I'll be like, oh, it's him. Definitely not. Right, so I am going to put Paige in. Because it is fantasy, so we'll get her in there, it's fine. But yeah, like I said, I've stopped doing the universe mode purely because I was tempted to start the stream again, and do it as a separate thing, because I've been talking about wrestling whilst playing the universe mode. But when there's a big event, a marquee pay-per-view type event, and I'm going to play the majority of the matches on there, I like maybe to have that separate. But we'll see what we can do. If people are tuned in and we want to see some in-ring action, I'm sure I can accommodate that on this occasion. Right, so if we go back to the universe mode, hopefully it won't change anything. So let's see how we go. Alright, well, Jamie, it's much appreciated. Like I said, I might be a little bit odd on the YouTube scene. I might occasionally say if you want to, but I am also someone who would say to you that is totally your choice, and I'm not going to pander for it. It's the same. I have a lot of people come on and ask for a follower and all this, and I'm like, well, no, because I don't really watch a lot of YouTube unless it's something I know I'm going to want to watch, and I know that it hurts your algorithm if you like someone but you don't watch their content. But yeah, it's good. Always more welcome. I have another channel that I'm kind of doing other stuff on, but this is the one where the wrestling and the gaming videos are gonna be. So yeah, it's a bit awkward because it's named after music stuff, but I've set up a new thing for that. But here we go. So big match. Johnny Gargano versus MJF. I think this would be MJF's pay-per-view debut. So let's just get started. I'm looking forward to seeing the cinematic stuff for NXT UK. I've not seen it before. If you're wondering, the volume's a bit down on the music because I don't want to get strikes. I'll probably still get strikes for it because it's WWE, but I'm not bothered about the monetization of stuff.
An exciting moment here tonight, as finally we will settle some scores. The WWE Universe is extremely excited as we get set for WWE action.
Tonight, the scores will be settled. Tonight, it's personal.
And it all starts right now.
Wow. So this is what I am thinking, guys. I am thinking, see, this is what annoys me, right? Simulate, no, don't want to simulate that one, but can I simulate any of the others? No, can I hell? Why not? How did it's in the game, you get it from the start. It's just how universe mode works like this. That's how it comes up. It's WWE 2K20. Many of you may not like wrestling, this particular wrestling game, because it was kind of rushed and it has got some bugs and stuff. But to me, it doesn't feel like much different. So I can't simulate. Why? These are the things that I feel like they should just do. They shouldn't need to be told. They shouldn't need people. It should just be obvious. Because it's like, you must have thought about it. Why would you think you could simulate the first match, but then not simulate anything else? Because I used to simulate the matches that I didn't want to do, and then I'd go back to the start, and I'd play the pay-per-view through. And it was so much better. Yeah, sometimes it glitches, graphical glitches in particular, and they're not great, but anyway, so we'll get started. I'm definitely picking MJF for this one. I'm a massive Johnny Gargano fan, but MJF is just too damn good in AEW at the minute for me to justify him taking a loss in his first pay-per-view match. What do you mean? A prediction on how far he's going to go in AEW, or a prediction of
Johnny Gargano has become one of the WWE's most cherished underdogs. Here it comes. Stay away from
Speaking
the
of glitches.
One leg locked in here. Fighting for survival. Oh, and he slips out.
Wow, looked to me like he had it locked in pretty good. I guess not.
Oh,
ooh.
Suplex. Oh, boom.
How he does in this match?
Oh, man, right to the arm.
Well, he's going to dominate because I'm controlling him.
Nice leg pick. A knee drop.
Johnny Gargano is all heart, and that heart is something he's going to need in this match.
He's going to need a lot more than heart, Byron. Gargano may not look like it, but he can strike with the best of them, and he'll need to remember that here. Keep the hard-hitting shots coming and keep them coming in often. That'll have a lot more effect than heart.
Boom, what a forearm. He's taking some good hits.
It's nothing he hasn't been through before.
And another reversal.
Seems like we're back where we began, Michael.
He's hurting now.
If he doesn't get out of that corner, he's going to be hurting worse.
Yeah, no, I have an idea for one of the later.
We're going to see it. Power. Sit out, power bomb.
I have an idea for one of the later matches, where I'm going to play the person I want to lose.
Gargano dodged that one.
Just to make the match interesting.
Rolls through. Scoop slam. Oh, man.
He didn't need that eyebrow anyway.
Because I'm better than
WWE
you.
Universe, Johnny
And
Gargano
you know it.
said, quote, I've had some of my best matches in front of 50 people in a VFW hall, so imagine what I'll do in front of thousands.
With those humble beginnings, Johnny Gargano used to question if people were going to know who he was every time he entered the ring. But after a 5-star battle at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia, he doesn't have to question anymore.
So Jeremy, do you watch AEW? Do you watch NXT? Where do you stand in the wrestling world at the minute?
Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle. Oh, kick right to the gut. Oh, the old European uppercut. You know, when Gargano gets rolling like this, it's so hard. He's out of luck on this one. Oh, man, right to the arm. Hyperextend your elbow.
Oh.
Step up Enziguri. Big boot.
Hooked up in a pump handle.
And a neck breaker.
Goodness, that was nasty.
Working on the arm.
So, I think I'm not going to build MJF massively to start with, but I didn't want him losing his first. I don't want him losing his first pay-per-view appearance if I can help it.
Forearms for the second rope, driving down.
Oh man, like I feel ya. Luckily I'm working from home at the minute, so I tend to watch them while I'm working, but it just gets a bit bitty because I have a lot of Skype calls, so it means that I'm constantly constantly having to pause it and go back to it.
You don't know exactly have all your wits about you. It could quickly lead to error.
Of any other wrestling product at the minute.
Arm drag. He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off?
All the way from the...
And Johnny Gargano makes the cover. It's going to take a lot more than that to keep him down. Not yet.
Ooh, tossed with the suplex.
Come on.
How impressive was that reversal?
Down across the knee.
Whoa.
Elusive movement there.
Power bomb. Shoulders down for the count. Two. Not yet.
But
Oh, what's it going to be?
Ooh, very powerful hat suplex.
come on.
In the face.
See, glitches like that really annoy me. And that.
He caught him slipping.
Yes, that's what I wanted. I was hoping he did that
Shoulder
move.
first. I think the ring just shifted. Running knee.
Right.
He knows he's in trouble.
I'm not even sure I know what MJF's finisher is. Do you know? I mean...
Uh-oh, pump handle applied. What's coming next?
Nelson driver.
The opening is there for the taking.
I guess he's thinking something else here.
He's clearly not
Michael,
thinking about
stop
winning.
ruining the suspense, man. Shut up, Michael Cole.
Ouch. Oh, man.
He didn't need that eyebrow anyway. Oh, nasty impact.
He is efficient and dangerous with his offense thus far.
Things are really going his way now. Gargano dodged that one.
Oh, right to the
He's going for it again.
Nelson driver. Opportunity is his for the taking. He's done it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think it being easy isn't really an issue, because if you really want to, you can stop yourself from winning and work the match like real wrestling. You can work it, but personally I think it's always going to be that way, and I don't really want it to change. I don't have it set on a harder difficulty for the pure reason of, if I want to work the match, I can work the match, so I just work it rather than... The problem I have is the way the AI works. If the AI was more intelligent and did stuff in a more wrestling orientated way, like it'd be better and you could work it a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, if you like a challenge, there's the real world for me. Like I like having a little bit of a challenge with games, but it's like one of the main games I'm playing at the moment is Borderlands 3, and it's getting to the point where I've done everything that I can do. The only stuff that I need to do is stuff that I can't do because they've made the game so hard in those areas that it's basically pointless unless I've got like 3 buddies with me, which basically means I can't be bothered. And it's just like unnecessarily hard. It's like everything's bullet sponging, and I'm not able to get the loot that I need unless I'm overpowered. If I do it on my own, I can't play on the hardest difficulty, so it's not worth it. To me, it's built for players who beat the game, and then they need a challenge. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. If you've beaten the game, you don't need a challenge. You need a new game. To me, I need to beat the game, and because you want more of a challenge, I can't beat the game because they just keep ranking it up. And sorry if I sound a little bit, oh, just practice and oh, you'll be better. It's like, it don't work like that. I want to enjoy the game. I don't want to get stressed over it. I get that it used to be a little bit challenging in places, but I think, especially with PvE games, it's like locking away loot and guns. It's not great for me, but equally wrestling, I can work the match. Difficulty's not a thing, but 241 store points, I'll take that. So let's crack on with the next match. See what's going on. Right, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think there's 2 options on this. Yeah, man. Nice. Apologies for the delay there.
Looks like we're ready to kick this thing off. And then you also have Trent Seven, who's committed to showing the
it's
British
not a bad idea.
form of wrestling whenever he steps into the ring.
Committed, but not married to it. Seven can adapt to other styles when need be.
Kind of defeats the object of it being a game,
We
though.
continue to see incredible perseverance from these competitors.
The war continues to rage on with no superstar willing to give an inch. The pillars of this building must be crumbling from the energy these fans are putting out right
Let's
now.
go. Let's have a
These
double team
superstars are giving
move.
it their all, and this audience is giving it right back. And into the count.
It's going to take more than that.
The cutter never ceases to amaze me.
That was really nice. Bit out of nowhere, if you know what I mean. Definitely something to think about watching the matches, but I think I'd get bored. Especially like, because it's quite rare that I'm online and streaming and someone's in the chat.
And I'd say the quicker he can make that tag here, the better their chances of winning will be.
Oh no. Oh, the way that I planned it. Oh, that was nice. There you go, there's your first graphical glitch.
He weaves out of the way.
The jumping complete shot. Face first.
Yeah.
Nice
Come
armbar
on.
stretch. Very painful. That's how you punish your opponent.
Well, obviously with the travel restrictions, I think they're stuck in the UK, so waiting for the UK to allow
And the pitch. Uppercut.
doesn't seem like a very Imperium move, that does it?
There it is. Snap suplex.
I think they're just waiting for tapings to resume in the UK, which I think will be
Chop block from the front.
a bit of a way off yet. Hopefully they can resume in the next month or two.
Yeah, definitely off of his game.
That's a bit mad.
Ah, what a neck breaker.
You got straight back up like that. Oh, reversal, reversal.
Showing some quickness.
And this match can change that fast. A striking blow. There he goes, crashing to the floor.
Heavy duty right hand.
What an elbow drop. He's on his heels a bit now.
The abuse his body has gone through in this match is a little disturbing. I don't know why he hasn't made the tag yet. It's almost like he enjoys the pain.
What? Sometimes that's a bit annoying.
Oh, from
Oh.
behind. Oh, wow.
Not
Steiner.
again. Not something. Not something I'd have picked. I'm pretty sure these downloaded guys.
Beautiful gator roll.
Do I have a second job? No, I have a first job.
Great way to disorient your opponent.
This isn't a money maker for me. So I have a main job. Yeah. Hence why I don't have a proper schedule for streaming. The best thing to do is to get the notifications going and
Completely agree. Getting the partner in here is absolutely vital.
Are we going to see the tag, Byron?
I think so, Michael. I really do. He makes the tag. The tides have turned now, Michael.
Looking to make a much-needed tag here.
And if successful, we may be looking at a whole new match here.
He might have been waiting on that one.
Shoulders down. Looking to steal one there, perhaps.
well, that were
Man,
close.
my heart skipped a beat. Ruthless striking. Oh, haven't seen this in a long time. The old air raid siren. I don't know how you survive that.
Really needs to get to the corner and make a tag.
Otherwise, this match may be over.
Here we go, back and forth.
Oh, he's almost there.
And his partner's just itching to get in the ring right now.
Scoop slam. Comes in off the tag. A striking blow.
Tag it in, Tyler Bate.
Snap suplex. The WWE Universe is on its feet. And deservedly so. These superstars...
It's not great, is it? Sometimes I feel like doing my own commentary, but I'd have to do it as a video rather than a stream because I'd need to be focused on it.
What a punch!
He's absorbed some damage already.
The beauty of tag team competition is that he doesn't need to take the entire brunt of the opposition's attack. Though the thought of making a tag doesn't necessarily appear to be on his mind.
shit it out.
Look out!
Missile drop kick finds its mark. Tyler Bate looking on his game right now.
Needs to make it to the corner here, Corey.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Cole. There's no way around it. A tag is vital at this point in the match.
Oh,
Great counter. Impressive in-ring IQ on display.
That is a great reversal.
oh,
Heavy duty right hand.
oh no.
Ooh. Oh, Corey, he unloaded there. Oh, what a drop kick. Oh, quick cover from Tyler Bate. Oh, nicely done. I can't believe he's in this.
Clearly not enough damage done.
Obviously.
Harsh impact.
Rokita clutch.
Oh, got him in the sleeper. Is he going to pass out? This might be it.
Do one.
And he escapes the submission. And good thing, that could have been disastrous. And a kick out at 2.
He is not going to go down without a fight, Michael.
Great evasion. This can't bode well.
Man, that was a hard landing.
He's looking a little weary now.
Oh!
Why he's still in the match at this point is beyond me, guys. Maybe he forgot it's a tag team match. I don't know. There's got to be some explanation.
We've got to acknowledge these fans, a packed arena, and we're hearing every single voice.
It is loud and it is mad in here.
Absolutely has to make a tag here.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done, Michael.
No, he doesn't get to his partner.
That could be the difference right there.
Chin lock.
Great way to wear down your opponent.
There we go, working hold. Oh, and he got out of it because I didn't get it.
He wants it one more time. Looking stunned.
Looking rocked.
Oh, target acquired and destroyed.
On the game, I've never seen it before. That's the first time I've seen it. That was new to me.
Of this match, Michael.
Tag. What are we gonna see here?
But in real life, you see it all the time. There's the Birminghammer.
Double hip toss. That's his go-to move. Can he finish this off?
Have you heard Michael Cole?
Witness the art of shredding a rival to pieces.
Double hip toss.
Kick right to the next
That was
section.
terrible. That was terrible.
Snap suplex. Off into the pin.
Right.
Look at Tyler Bate.
Tyler Driver 97 or whatever it.
See ya. Definitely wouldn't want to be ya. That
Oh.
could procure the win for Tyler Bate.
He kicked out. He kicked out.
There's a tag.
There we go. We're going to do another double team. Is this a double hip toss?
Big backdrop.
Big backdrop. Yeah, that you got that right. He makes so many mistakes. Yeah, he's apparently
Look at
like
the torque. He's
revered.
just about there. Ah, save just in the nick of time.
I think it's really easy to get a 5-star match as
Nice
well.
armbar stretch. Very painful.
That's how you punish your opponent.
Oh, that'll make your legs numb.
Ooh-wee.
Oh dear. Haha, don't think so. Don't think so, pal.
Oh, clothesline. Desperately
Yeah,
trying to get
getting
to
a
the corner
VC
now.
easy is
It's not gonna
like
be
that's
easy
the
though,
bonus
Michael.
of it.
Ooh-wee.
And here we go. Let's get another double team move. Firing it up.
Uh-oh, sets him up. He's looking for yet another exclamation mark. Oh, from behind.
Oh, wow.
Steiner.
Nice.
Oh. Here we go.
Suplex. Struggling to get to the corner here.
Might not make it, Michael.
No, that'll break his arm. Vicious. Uh-oh, ankle pick.
Beautiful takedown.
Oh, knee crusher.
That's going to hurt.
elbow smash. Looking helpless right now. Here's a tag.
It's another double team move.
Opponent off the ropes. Planted down
That body
across the
drop.
back.
Why is he not tagging him? I'd have tagged him by now.
Oh no, we've got a problem here, guys. Oh, what a super power slam.
Yeah, because you have to take the
Hinder your modeling career. Nice right hand.
take the partner out.
Oh, that was a close call. I am in
They can be really good though. I can make most matches last a while.
Boom, right in the button.
I'm not sure if he does running finisher.
Avoiding trouble there. It's that
Does he do?
time. Oh, step up Enziguri. Big boot. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, asshole! Why you keep blocking all my
He's fading,
big
guys.
moves?
That corner is the only thing keeping him upright.
See, he's not making a tag. That'd be an easy tag. You'd just do it, wouldn't you? You wouldn't...
Sent out to the center of the ring.
Oh, it's a different one.
Oh, super kick. Desperately trying to get to the corner now. It's not going to be easy though, Michael.
Oh, he's
Maybe no preventing the tag now. It doesn't get much more
got to the
exciting than this,
corner.
Michael.
He's made the tag. It's not good.
Oh, kick right to the midsection. Oh, step up Enziguri.
Oh! Back and forth there with Tyler Bate.
Oh, what's this going to be?
Yeah, I love that move.
Toe pull. Oh, on the elbow on the back of the neck. Doesn't get much better than that.
And let's work on the
Nice
arms.
armbar stretch. Very painful. That's how you punish your opponent. Oh, flipping senton. That'll take the wind right out of you. Oh, kick right to the gut. Oh, what a close
That's what I've
line.
been wanting to do.
Delivered.
Clothesline him to the outside. Something different. You know.
Straight punch.
Just... Oh, he's throwing me back in the ring. He's picking me up. What's he gonna do? Nothing.
Great agility there.
Oh, and he's back outside. Sometimes stuff works really well. You think, oh, that's really nice how it's improved to that level. But other times it's like that. You'd have just automatically geared it up so that he went the right direction and stuff. You would, you know what I mean?
Oh, striking blow.
Let him come in. Let him come in. There we go.
Oh, look at it. Scoop slam.
Scoop slam.
Looks
Oh,
like
put
he's
some
got it
pressure
applied
on his arm.
perfectly. Battling to get the upper hand. Oh, and he saves his partner there, man. That was in tight. Straight punch.
More pressure on the arm. Come
Nice
on.
armbar stretch.
Very painful.
I'm a massive
That's how
fan
you
of
punish
Mustache
your
Mountain
opponent.
as well. I think they're a great tag team. And British Strong Style in general. I think they're...
Devastating elbow.
Ooh, what a slap.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, nasty impact.
Should we do it again and see if we can get the win this time?
Made. Bad intentions in mind. And a double hip toss.
No man does that better.
Your whole body hurts after a move like that. How did he do that?
Wasn't expecting that. Jaw-shattering boot.
Tried to do something smart there, but it didn't work. Hey, he's going for a spinny. Shocky docky quack quack. Whee.
A disorienting attack.
Oh, he's going for the pin.
Referee in position. Hooked up. Great power.
Inverted suplex.
Hardy Boys, awesome team.
Double arm lock. Yeah, double arm lock, son. The damage he's taken is starting to pile up.
It's decision time, Cole. Does he try to get back on the offensive himself, or does he attempt to make a tag here?
Here we go.
And down with the suplex. He's got the shoulders down. Near fall after near fall.
I have...
I don't know where he's finding the strength to stay in this one.
Kept right to the midsection.
I have a few.
Not looking good right now.
The Hardys is definitely up there for me. Oh no, he reversed it.
He got it.
What the hell?
Cradle into the... Stomping around the ring.
That actually really suits him.
Be it. How is Tyler Bate going to survive this?
Too early in the match to end it.
Pathetic.
This could be dangerous.
Oh, he's going to spin him around again. The Dudleys, Hardys. FTR, or formerly known as the Revival.
I tell you, the room's got to be spinning after that one.
I've been a massive fan of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa as a tag team.
In off the tag. A striking blow. Oh, look at the power.
Trying to think, Mustache Mountain are a great team.
This is how you establish control.
Are you kidding me?
All night long.
Viking Raiders,
All the way to the top.
War Machine, they're a great tag team.
Oh, what height. Into the pin attempt.
I was quite surprised about Cesaro and Sheamus, the Bar. I think they were a really good tag team. Come on, run out, mate, run out, mate. Alright.
What's coming here?
I'm trying to wrap this up now. I'm getting a bit bored of this now.
Chop block from the front. Oh, I knew that was coming. Uh-oh. What's he planning to do here? Roll him on his belly, single leg crab. Whoa, Corey, you just let him out.
Oh, you want to come in there, yeah?
To be honest, I am
Should be
baffled
possible
right
to
now.
do that.
There is no good reason why he would let him out at this point in the match.
Yeah, there is.
Tag.
To do a double team move and hopefully win. Oh no.
I don't believe it.
I don't either. Can this ref even count to 3?
Well, like, my problem with tag team wrestling is no one really stands out above those teams are my favourites, or teams that I like, but I don't do favourites that often. It's very hard for me to, like, you say who would be my favourite wrestler, I would have to name at least 5. If you say my favourite this era wrestler, maybe still have to name 1 or 2, maybe 3.
Corey, what are they going to do here? We're about to find out.
Severe damage being inflicted to the back. Proving tough to catch.
What's he going to do with it? Sidewalk slam!
Almost drove him through the ring.
I'm sure I'll reverse that. There we go.
Reverses. Can he make him pay?
Give up.
Double arm lock.
Oh!
Is it enough? The cover!
Yes! What a finish. That was quite good, actually. A little bit of back and forth, and then a dragon suplex pin. Nice.
Corey, this team's on fire. I mean, I don't know how you stop them.
I don't know if you can. They're firing on all cylinders.
And the WWE fans
I would say right now my favourite tag team is probably FTR.
I mean, they're so much fun to watch.
You don't have to like them, but you got to respect them. These two get it done inside the ring.
Formerly known as the Revival. So we'll move on and we'll crack on with another match. So we've got Velveteen Dream.
The NXT North American Championship has quickly become one of the most revered titles in our industry. Corey, what does it mean for the superstar that holds that title?
Well, as we're about to find out, it means you are the fightingest champion on the hottest sports entertainment brand in the world. It means you're a tireless competitor, willing to do anything to steal the show.
How in the world do these superstars have anything left at this point?
The arena's thinking the same thing. All eyes are focused on this moment.
I must admit, Roderick Strong is one of the best on NXT, and I'm quite surprised they haven't done more with him.
What a clothesline! Ouch!
Pick the leg.
Oh, man. That'll tear your hamstring.
Here we go, we keep going, we keep going.
Roderick Strong has so many different ways to beat and break down his competition, but Corey, what strategy do you think Strong should go with in this match?
Well, there's no better plan of attack than the one that always works. Strikes. Roderick Strong has some of the most painful chops in the business, and they don't just hurt his opponent, they knock the wind right out of him, too. Lariat.
That was nice, that was a nice little move.
Clothesline takes him down.
Forget about it.
Pick the leg.
Oh, man. That'll tear your hamstring.
The challenger's looking shaken.
Taking on some offense, but he expected as much.
No, that's not right. Somebody do something about that. I think you just punched him in the chest. Ah, jumping knee strike.
Lights out.
Pardon me. He is reversing a hell of a lot.
Oh, my God, what a forearm.
Right to the jaw.
Oh, wow. So yeah, I'm not doing too good against Roderick Strong here.
Oh, what a forearm! Elbow right to the back of the neck. Oof. Big boot! Incredible.
Oh, that was nice. Fuck.
Harsh impact. Oh, solid contact there.
Here we go.
Oh, look at this here. Arm wrench.
Bringing him down.
Whoa, Strong able to avoid damage. Boom, running STO plants him. Nicely done.
Yeah, man.
Down with a power bomb. The champ looking worn out. He's lost much of his early confidence.
Oh.
They can just punch him in the chest.
Here we go. I wanted to get moving for just sake.
Textbook vertical suplex. Bam.
Suplex. Who the bloody hell says suplex except Corey Graves on WWE 2K20? Like, that's weird.
What a punch. That's how you stop your opponent. Not showing much fight here. Yeah, he looks absolutely out of it, Cole.
Oh.
An impressive series of moves.
Looks like nobody's budging, Cole.
What is he gonna do?
Velveteen Dream with the man on his shoulders here. Here comes that rolling fireman's carry.
I love that move. The Dream Valley Driver.
Goodness, crushing it.
It's a DVD.
Pick the leg. Oh, man.
Trying to weaken his legs, man. I don't want to do.
Axe handle finds the mark. Looking for a little breather here, maybe. Slowing things down. I like it. Good game plan. Big elbow. Strong is showing signs that it could be ending soon. He can't recover from a beating like this. I think Roderick still has the heart to fight through this. I've got my doubts. Bodies must be writhing in pain right now. The breaking point must be on the horizon. But yet they
Oh, yellow.
Forward, showing no desire to quit. Yikes. Kick right to the midsection. Whoa, Strong able to avoid damage. Going back.
I'm sure that's his signature move. He's just done his signature move.
Dream pops the shoulder up. Velveteen Dream stays in this match in the hopes that the ring announcer will soon say his name.
Have you got a favourite NXT feud while we're on the favourites bandwagon? I don't know if you've been watching NXT long enough to have a favourite feud.
Saw that one coming. Kick right to the midsection. And right between the shoulder blades.
I'm not going to say Johnny Gargano versus Ciampa personally, as I definitely feel like that is probably the best feud that's been in NXT.
Oh, look at this here, arm wrench. Axe handle finds its target.
But one of the most interesting feuds and one of the best feuds, I think, for me in NXT was the feud between Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream.
Dangerous position here,
Short-lived.
guys.
Oh, this is brutal.
Back suplex. Nasty.
Oh.
The hardest part of the ring.
Hardest part of the ring.
Now trampling the opposition.
Let's do this.
Oh, what impact. Wicked body shot.
Yeah, I mean that could end up being one of the biggest feuds. Definitely definitely a great oh, don't like it when they get the upper hand on the outside. I think that the slow burn of Keith Lee versus Adam Cole's kind of been good. Definitely looking forward to Wednesday, or should I say, well, it'll be Thursday for me.
Face first with a waistlock takedown. Oof! Boom! What impact! Rude awakening neckbreaker. The Valentine shoulders down. Championship on the line. What? Oh, he kicked out. Unbelievable.
No worries, Jamie. Thanks for stopping by. Feel free to keep them notification bells so you can know when I come. Very rarely streaming these days, but it was definitely good to chat to you.
Whoa, Strong able to avoid damage. Oh, and then it's Strong with the offense. Impressive. Dream just barely got out of the way. Oh, backbreaker.
Here we go, bringing it on. Oh, delay.
Oh, what
boom.
Incredible power. Wow, what a vertical suplex. The champ to the top.
He's going for it. He's going for it. Oh, Roderick Strong rolls onto his back. So Velveteen Dream just waits.
From the top. Diving double axe handle. Oh my goodness, crushing it.
Here we go.
Textbook vertical suplex. Bam. The champ to the top turnbuckle. Oh, look out.
And he got a frog splash instead of his finisher, but
and at some point he's going to start wondering what it's going to take to put him away.
how did he kick out? Going for the Dream Valley Driver.
For the win. 2 count. The champion retains.
Well, Velveteen Dream retains the title.
Here's another look at some of the previous action, giving their fans their money's worth and more.
What a brilliant match that was.
And still, NXT
North American champion.
Took on some damage there, but was still able to pick up the win. It's successful.
And guys, we're coming up to the 2-hour mark. I don't like to leave you with too much in one go, but I hope you enjoyed what you've seen, a bit of the chat. Any responses to what we've discussed in the stream, leave them in the comments. I'll be most appreciative to hear from you, and I will do my best to get back to every single one of you if you do get involved in the comments. If you're watching this on replay, as I said, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks to Jamie for stopping by, giving me a bit of conversation to build on, and obviously Ben for starting us off really well there with the chat. I'm hoping to do more of these, but I don't know when I'm going to do more. I've been struggling a lot with my energy levels as of late. Work's pretty hectic, so I won't say when I'm next going to stream, but keep it locked. Push that notification bell, as Jamie said he did earlier, and you will find out when I'm next streaming. Oh, I say he. It could be a she. I get the vibe that it's a he, but let's not presume in this. You know, either way, it'd be great to have a few more in the chat. Get the conversation flowing. I'm going to stop it there. If you want to see the rest of this pay-per-view, do drop us a comment, and I'll likely try and get that sorted out for you the next time I decide I'm going to stream this. Other games I'm playing at the minute include No Man's Sky, Borderlands 3, and a selection of Steam games, PC games, Football Manager, 2 Point Hospital. I've bought a load recently that I haven't quite got into yet, so if there's anything you want to see me play, those are a few games that give you an idea of the kind of games I play. Feel free to sound off in the comments of any of my videos, and I will endeavour to have a look into that. But yeah, it's been great streaming for you guys, and obviously putting this video together for those who are watching it on replay. But yeah, I've been AlwaysMuteTheWeirdo. This has been WWE 2K20 Universe Mode, along with a bit of chatter in the background on wrestling events at the moment, including the hashtag Speaking Out movement. Take care, stay safe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one.